All right, so Katana, what are your thoughts on the program so far? I mean, the entire program.
Absolutely fantastic. I like the fact that you break it down to each and every day. Yes, it's a lot of work, but there are a lot of little intricacies. And I do the same thing with my program. I sit down and I break it down each time I go through something. But I have found all of the information absolutely relevant, timely, and applicable. So I would do it again. I mean, it's worthy of repeating. And I actually, yeah, I have two people that I'm sending your direction
Okay,
because they want to know, and you're the one that I feel would be best to answer their questions.
thank you. And that was my
Um,
next question. Would you recommend this to people? And if yes, why?
I would, because you make it easily understandable.
Mhm.
You make it real. You keep it on a personal level rather than, I don't feel like I have ABC or NBC in a box program, if that makes any sense to you. It's not sterile. And it's like, okay, it's okay. If a car goes by in the background or if the cat meows every once in a while, it's life. It's real. It's happening. People
Yes,
want those little imperfections because then they know you got a pulse and then they
totally.
can connect with you. And I mean, that's your background. I love your background. It's like I want to sit there with you. I, you know, I just want to curl up
All
in your
right.
room.
Hey, I
It's too
love
funny.
talking to you. You're so fun to talk to. But yeah, so
Thanks.
what do you like of the what do you think of the Facebook community, the group, and all that?
Oh my gosh. Yes. I love all the people in the program. Everybody's energy is so good and so positive and helpful because we all, when we post things, everybody gives their feedback and everybody keeps it can be constructive criticism and nobody's trying to hurt anybody. And that's so important because you progress. If you've got to be able to take positive feedback, but positive feedback doesn't always have to be pretty. It's just like, oh well, that one looks a little cluttered, or maybe that one's not your best idea. Shouldn't it's not presented in a way that's judgmental. That's what I was looking. Our group is not judgmental, and I really really appreciate that. And I love the experts that you have brought in because they have added their own energy in the same way, and they've become part of our container, and that's really cool. you know so no, I think you hit a home run. I think your program is triple A and
Yeah,
is worthy to be shared and repeated with so many people everywhere.
I appreciate that. Now, one last question I want to ask you is, what do you think of the personal support I provided you guys within within the program?
Unparalleled, very hands-on. I know that when I've come to you with specific questions, you not only answered them, but then you said, okay, well, this is a good question. Let's share it in the community too. So it it was, even though there was individual tension, which is always great, and it sparks, like you said, sometimes it's like, oh well, that's actually a really good question. I think everybody can benefit from that. So sometimes when you're asking that personal question, it was simply timing, I think. Otherwise, I probably would have asked it through the group. But the one-on-one attention and was just unparalleled. So many people want extra money to have that extra time. So it's like, okay, well, you're investing $12,000 to work with me, and it's going to cost you another 10 to have a one-on-one.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
it's not supportive because, and I'll go out on a limb here. but I have my business coach, and one of the people that works for him talks to us and does a survey every once in a while. And they said, well, how do you feel about the, kind of similar questions? And I said, well, we could use a little bit more information in this area, because I understand that you want to teach a person how to fish so that they can feed themselves. But sometimes you got to show them which lure it is that you use for that fish.
Take their
And if
hands.
you've got to pay extra for that, a lot of times people are just going to pack up their little box and, and leave. you know, I relate to fishing. What can I say? But that's what it is to me. It's like, okay, I get it. You want me to not ask the hows, and you want me to put stuff to work, which is what I did, where some of the things I was having trouble understanding, I went back and I listened to the videos more than once.
Good.
And I went and just attempted to apply. Because sometimes that's just what it takes. Sometimes I can
Sometimes
sit there and write it all day long.
the best way to win a program is just you watch, you pause, you do it, and you resume. Don't just watch passively, because that's not going to be any good.
Yeah. And even just taking the notes
Yeah.
doesn't, you've got to actually go out and try something, and I'm tech savvy, and it's funny because I can build computers, but sometimes there are aspects of it that I still need help with.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And but you made it really, I won't say easy in the, like riding a tricycle kind of thing, but you made it easy because there was guidance, and then we had each other, and we were holding, the container was great.
Happy to hear that.